be the 2017 Masters champion. Here's John McDonald to bring them out.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The waiting's over. This is the grand final of the Unibet Masters, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation and live on ITV4. Well, 16 players came and only 2 remain, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to meet the finalists. Firstly, would you please welcome a 2-time Premier League champion and the former 2-time back-to-back champion of the world, the Flying Scotsman, Gerwen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Netherlands, the current world #1, the reigning and defending Unibet Masters champion, and the newly crowned 2-time champion of the world, mighty Michael.
Kicking things off for us in the commentary box tonight with the 2017 Masters final of Chris Mason and John Rawling.
Well, in a lot of ways, Jackie, this is the one we were hoping was going to happen, because it's a case of repeat or revenge for the world final, isn't it?
Certainly is. Dream final for us.
On that occasion, it was Michael van Gerwen who prevailed. Gary played brilliantly, but Michael just got away at a key stage in the match, didn't he? Gary had darts to go ahead at a what was it, 3-2?
Yeah, real key
Couldn't
moment.
take him, and then he kicked on.
Yeah, he went on that streak that we know Michael van Gerwen is capable of. But very little in the stats. 104.75 for Michael van Gerwen and 105.53 for Anderson. That's their tournament stats.
And if you look at their career records, there you see the world #1 Michael van Gerwen, and the story of how he gets to the final with those 3 impressive wins. Career-wise, yeah, Michael van Gerwen's got the edge, 23-13. But if you look at the last 2 years in TV competitions, 3 each.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Very well, as you can see by the stats, they're very equally matched. 21 180s in the tournament so far for Michael, 22 for Gary.
I'm looking forward to this match. The bookies have got Van Gerwen as the favourite as well, they might. Oh, what a start, what a start.
That's why.
2-1 on Van Gerwen. Quoted here by our sponsors here in the arena. Gary Anderson, slightly niggardly 5-4.
Tempting.
57.
Never meet a poor bookie.
No. You know, 1 or 2, they always have nice cars and smart suits, don't they? It's what we pay for.
Yeah. With our wisdom.
Yeah. A few of my mates were over in Las Vegas this weekend. You look at that place, and why on earth would you have a bet over there? Who do you think's paying for all that?
Yeah, for me, after the first 2 mini sessions, which are 5 legs apiece, this is match play, so it's the race to 11 legs. I think Anderson's got to be no worse than 5 apiece. He lets Michael van Gerwen get away from him. We know what happens.
Listen to the atmosphere. Anderson trying to put some pressure on and doing it brilliantly.
140.
This now is almost a must. 18 for double 16.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Shelling peas. Opening leg, no nerves, 15 darts, game on.
60.
Now they will get punished in this match.
You would anticipate. And that is a fairly accurate prediction, Mr. Mason. Give him his Sunday best name, since he's got his Sunday best gear on.
136.
Right, let's have another one.
Put the kibosh on that.
100.
So close, top wire.
Gary Anderson with the throw.
And it's under pressure.
It's sitting in a bit of a dodgy position. Nice
Fabulous
adjustment.
adjustment.
100.
Not quite enough.
I think it's fair to say that Milton Keynes at the moment is loving the darts.
As are we.
9 darts to 41. Break of throw beckoning.
65.
Nerve going to hold up on the doubles. Let's see.
Not 2 at double 16. Just to come around that. Yep, move along the hockey.
Game shot on the second leg.
It's a fairly emphatic answer at this stage of the match, isn't it?
Opened with a 15, followed it up with a 12. Putting his marker down.
Can Gary go with him?
Has to.
Can't afford Van Gerwen to steamroller him in these early stages. He got away from Adi Lewis, and Adi was never able to get back.
Got back within 2 at one stage, didn't he? And then he kicked on again.
50.
He does have the habit of, when the winning line approaches, he does sometimes just take his eye off the ball a little bit, but that ain't no good if you're 5-6 legs behind.
100.
Well, Gary's in a fairly handy position here against the throw, but look at this response from Van Gerwen again.
139.
Needs to fill it.
140.
Puts him on a decent finish that only needs the one treble.
124, distinctly doable, and Van Gerwen not getting the visit he wanted. How's he go, Chris?
Well, it should be treble 20, 14 for ball, or double 11 with the treble.
130.
Bit unlucky. Right, 148 Van Gerwen, treble 20, first port of call. Can't do it now, so Anderson will get another shot at the break.
94.
Yeah, that would have been a massive rib tickler. That would have gone in. That's the hard bit.
And there's the easy double.
14 darts to break back.
Game on.
Composing himself. Sip of water. Bit low in the treble, ideally.
4 matches together back in the BDO days. Michael Van Gerwen played Gary when he was just 17 years old, had a win against him.
140.
Gary was BDO #1 at the time.
And I think they met in one of the big Dutch tournaments. I think one of those tournaments was when Michael hit a 9-darter, and I think he was only 17 then.
140.
Last 2 years.
Might have been against Barneveld.
Last 2 years they've had some terrific tussles, these two. I suppose most notably in the Europeans in 2015. Van Gerwen won it 11-10 after being 10-7 down.
Yeah. Treble 19 button.
The crowd was expecting there, they were on their feet. Van Gerwen then 96, 2 darts required, double 18. Oh, great check out.
His leg is Michael to throw first. Game on.
times he makes this game look so easy.
93.
I mean, that was a big pressure situation. It was a massive opportunity for Gary to get it back on serve. Didn't do a lot wrong himself there, just missed the ball off of 167.
Break at the end of this leg.
100.
Anderson would love a breaker throw.
Massively. Do with 140 here to aid the cause. 180 would be even better.
And he has to switch.
97.
Oh, it's looking pretty much like 4-1.
Got that ominous look about it, this, hasn't it? First to 11 wins this final and takes the 60,000 quid first prize, but the money's really pretty much an irrelevance to a man who won 1.7 million last year.
81.
Still makes me chuckle, the money they earn nowadays.
Plus his exhibitions and his sponsorship. No wonder he's building a pretty flash new house.
Wouldn't like his tax bill.
97. Likely require 87.
Need a good accountant, that's what you need.
Double 18. Yet another 14 dart leg.
Well, what about that? How impressive was that? Gary Anderson averaging nearly 104. Van Gerwen, though, with a wink to his supporters as he leaves the stage. He's moved into top-notch performance. 109.75 is average, and he leaves at the first break as he moves away with a 4-1 lead and playing brilliantly. I thought the key moment, Jackie, was not in the leg right before the interval, but the one before that, when Gary had a 167 and very nearly got it, just the wrong side of the wire, and that would have made it 2-2. And then back comes Van Gerwen, and with just unbelievable composure, goes and gets a 96 checkout.
Yeah, it was as sweet as a nut. Would have been back on serve at that point and a totally different game, but 4-1 now. Gary's back's really against the wall.
Just goes to show, I mean, we say it again and again, don't we, how quickly things can change. You know, at that point, Anderson was right in it, and it could have been too. Unbelievable composure. Goes and gets a 96 checkout.
Yeah, it was as sweet as a nut. Would have been back on serve at that point and a totally different game, but 4-1 now. Gary's back's really against the wall.
Just goes to show, I mean, we say it again and again, don't we, how quickly things can change. You know, at that point, Anderson was right in it, and it could have been 2-2, and that would have been a completely different story, but he misses by the width of a wire, and such is the brilliance of this guy Van Gerwen that he just steps in and wham. Yeah,
well, like he did very much so in the fifth leg with the 87. His finishing's been so clean, 4 from 5, 80%, 1 from 3 for Anderson, and that's reflected in the scoreline, I'm afraid.
Well, Gary Anderson in all his matches before this has had checkout rates of over 50%, but here he's only had 1 out of 3, and Michael Van Gerwen 4 out of 5. Well, the very basic requirement as Anderson starts here is that on his throw he wins this leg.
Yes, he's got to get out of this 6-4 at worst. And then he's in with an outside chance. Anything like 7-3, and it's game over for me. This is more like it. First 180 of the match.
Takes his average up to 107, compared with Van Gerwen's 113, nearly 114 now.
105.
Heavyweight slugging it out. Anderson on a finish. 116. Very makeable.
134. Gary require 160.
Got a bit of Norton Holmes all about it.
1978. Tops. Great finish. 116.
1978, ironically. First ever World Darts Championships.
Good coincidence. Anybody wonders what we're talking about here? One of the great rounds of heavyweight boxing, the last of that fight between Larry Holmes and Ken Norton in 1978. Averages at the moment are just extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. Look at this.
177.
Absolutely phenomenal. My darts are staying firmly in the case, buried in the bottom of the garden.
Oh.
He's absolutely
140.
flying. 117.25 now.
Loose one from Gary there. Nice cover shot though. Needs another, and he's got it.
He's being forced, isn't he?
84.
Oh, double 12. Oh my word, an 11 darter.
With absolute ease, like shelling peas, bringing Anderson to his knees.
100.
Not quite.
Anderson will not go without his moments. Another 180 for him, his second.
140.
Like you say, John, imperative that he holds his own serve, but at some point in the next two, well, the one chance he will get to have a break of Van Gerwen's throw and get us somewhere around 6-4. He'll have an outside chance. Should be treble 17 now to leave double 8.
Oh, wonderful darts. That is brilliant.
He's now himself averaging 113.74.
43.
So double 8 now for 5-3. Double 4.
Lucky Van Gerwen's way back on 240.
Sometimes you see that, don't you? The pressure's kind of off and the focus just seems to go.
100.
Well, he's going to have to get it this time.
He has to go for it.
That's lying awkwardly.
Doesn't want to go inside, that's the trouble. Oh wow, what a dart.
How did he squeeze that in?
Nip one, pearl one. Bend the dart in the air.
Tiny target there,
This
which
is
he
the
managed
problem.
to find.
This is a problem Gary's got, is actually getting a chance to break the Van Gerwen throw. Oh, look at this.
140.
Slugging it out, Van Gerwen with one maximum.
Sad when 140s ain't enough.
78.
Now that's a little bit of an opening. A 180 here would be handy.
It's a bit low. Yeah, tried to force that around.
81.
No, not enough.
Rachel and Ty. Ty still up. Watching on, seeing what Dad's doing.
171.
He likes Michael Van Gerwen, you know.
Yeah, he does.
Cheers on Michael.
He's his favourite player.
58.
Oh, how's your luck?
72.
Double 12. Oh, my goodness, another 11 darter.
6 from 7 now on the finishing stats. 116.4 average. And we're in the 10th leg.
Break at the end of this leg. We're shunted off, and it's going to be Alan and Stuart taking it through to the conclusion. Only seems to have just about got the seat warm.
95.
Yeah, it's literally been minutes.
This great page of notes in front of me, and I don't need any of them, really.
100.
Right. Slight opening for MVG. He's got away with it, Anderson.
51.
Now he wants to pile a big one in. Give himself a bit of breathing space. Again, it's a little bit low. He's gone around it. That's brilliant.
What
accuracy
shooting that was.
Well, it's the tiniest of adjustment.
90.
So he's got 6 from here, 106.
Treble 18 for double 16.
Oh, beautifully done. Anderson is still in there, and he gets the return that he'd hoped for from that mini session. Van Gerwen's still ahead, but they are playing brilliantly. The averages 113.55 Van Gerwen, 108 Anderson, and the score, as we bid you farewell for now, is that Michael Van Gerwen leads Gary Anderson 6-4 in this race to 11.
We're being treated to a top quality final between the number 1 and the number 2 seeds here in Milton Keynes. The world champion Michael van Gerwen 6-4 up against Gary Anderson in the race to 11 to guide us through to the conclusion. Alan Warren a little and Stuart Pike.
Yeah, thank Jackie. What a terrific standard. Michael van Gerwen averaging 113.5. Gary Anderson 108. Van Gerwen's missed only 1 dart at double. It really has been that good. Can Anderson find a way back, as he did in the semi-finals when he came from 9-7 down to beat Phil Taylor 11-9? Scintillating darts from both. Van Gerwen, you feel at the moment, has the destiny of this in his own hands.
Well, Anderson lost that first session 4-1, and he said he needed to win the second session 3-2 as Van Gerwen fires in yet another maximum, number 5. Anderson responded beautifully in that session. There was 2 11s, 2 12s, maximums for fun. Gets in within 2 legs. And you feel he'll have to do the same in this session, Stuart. Even a 3-2.
Anderson's been forced to take out 2 top-plus finishes just to stay in it. Van Gerwen only missing 1 dart at double so far. They just bring the best out of each other, don't they? Van Gerwen winning the last 3 between the pair, including that World Championship final.
140.
Of course, they'll clash again on Thursday in the opening night of the Premier League in Newcastle. The world number 1 and the world number 2 putting on a show here in the Masters final in Milton Keynes.
Embossed with quality, this final so far. And what I like about these two, Stuart, is there's nothing else involved. There's no niggle or drama. They just get on with it. Double 12. 7-4.
Yeah, 7 out of 8 on the doubles, Alan. He missed about 25 darts at double in the semi-final against Adrian Lewis. Different time, different game, and it just goes to show on this form is very, very difficult to beat. Anderson hasn't done too much wrong. Had a dart at the ball. And there's another maximum for the Scot. 4 for him, 9 in the match.
Back comes Van Gerwen. 6 for Van Gerwen.
Just bring the best out of each other.
And of course, they both know that if the standard drops, they could lose.
131.
They almost play off each other. Ooh, bad first one. Double 17 and leave double 12.
82.
But this is very durable. 2 darts at treble 20. Gets the first one. Treble for double 5. Double 5 for 130. Oh, you beauty!
13-legged Michael to throw first. Game on.
Well, against this sort of finishing, there's simply nothing that anyone can do. 8 out of 9. It's an average of 114 as he hunts down a 3rd consecutive Masters title. The highest average, by the way, in the history of this tournament. 112.49 by Michael van Gerwen in the final 2 years ago
96
against Raymond van Barneveld. Actually, Van Gerwen holds the top 3 averages in Masters history.
But significantly, if you look at Gary Anderson, his average 108.5, playing very well, but trailing 8-4.
58.
Well, that 130 was a massive blow for Van Gerwen to strike and for Anderson to suffer.
96.
Gary was on a 2-darter, wasn't he?
Yeah, these small points make all the difference.
97.
When you get to a standard of this level. Lovely to watch, Stuart, when these two are toe-to-toe. It really is.
129.
Well, look, Anderson's on a finish to break the throw. But look at this from Van Gerwen. Look at this from Van Gerwen, and he's missed. He's actually missed a dart and a double. 8 out of 10 now. Anderson has to nail this, and does. He strikes back with a break. He isn't finished just yet.
No, he certainly isn't. He's a determined character, Gary Anderson. And one thing he's got to have in his mind, despite what Michael's throwing at him, is he's playing well himself.
140.
The two best players in the world. By some distance, do you think, at the moment?
I don't think anybody could disagree with that, Stuart. We all know some players can do it on occasions, but these two are doing it regularly.
Anderson has to hold, I feel, to stay in the final. This will help.
Well, he's making a very good go at it. He gets his fifth. Wonderful darts. Back comes Van Gerwen.
140. Gerwen 121.
113 plays 110 on the averages. That's how good this is. Oh, and he clipped the wire.
How close was that? Small margins, but he will return to the board.
9-8-8, 1-12. 1-12 it is. Massive dart. Oh, and he gets it. He knows how important that is. So does Van Gerwen. It's back to within 2.
Wonderful stuff here. Back comes Van Gerwen. Just when you thought it was safe.
45.
Wow.
180 on the fives.
Oh, absolutely 3 fantastic darts. Well thrown darts, but just the wrong side of the wire.
Small smile to his face. Almost
58.
giving up the ghost in this leg despite a great comeback.
Remember the European Championship final, don't we?
139.
18 months or so ago on ITV4 when Anderson was 10-7 up on Van Gerwen, who then proceeded to win 4 consecutive legs.
84.
There was some extreme quality in those last 4 legs, though, Stuart. Well, looks like it's going to be 9-6. Double 16 for Van Gerwen.
Oh, how on earth did he find a way through there? Between the flights of the first 2 darts, and Michael Van Gerwen makes it 9-6 in what has been a fantastic Masters final. Can Anderson mount a fight back, or will Van Gerwen make it 3 Masters crowns on the spin? Don't go anywhere. Van Gerwen leads 9-6.
Yeah, it's been pretty outstanding, Stuart. Michael Van Gerwen just produces darts at this level on such a consistent basis.
16th leg, it's Gary to throw first.
I said last year when he won this tournament, didn't think even he realised what the kind of season he was going to have. Can he do it again?
25 titles in 2016, and then the one that matters the most on January the 2nd to start off 2017. Victory over Gary in the World Championship final.
95.
Well, there's been the odd miss here, but you can't really be too critical in saying there was mistakes.
44.
You can't, can you? A dart at the bull for 167.
100.
9 out of 13 for Van Gerwen.
140.
Full house here at Stadium MK.
Should stay there.
140.
Leaves himself 66. Van Gerwen will believe in himself something pretty handy.
134.
And that will be double 2 from 178. 16 for tops. Oh, is it the treble? So it's double 4.
58.
On the wire.
You require 4.
Well, the first time in the match that he's missed with 3 darts in his hand. Anderson stays alive at 9-7.
Well, important for Anderson to get another leg on the board. It was a big miss from Michael Van Gerwen. Strange that he went for 64, went for treble 20, but felt like it was a good option at that moment in time.
99.
Yeah, he came from 9-7 down to beat Taylor, 9-6 down in this
85.
final. Gary Anderson. Start pressurising Van Gerwen and just forcing him into the odd mistake.
Oh, he's had a couple of loose ones in this leg after
49.
the misses at the double in the previous leg. So Anderson's got a good chance here. May go for 18s, yeah. A single. The single would have left 170. But he hit the treble.
140.
Oh, phenomenal standard. Anderson refusing to give up. That 168 giving him the advantage. Unlucky. Just the wrong side of the wire. Phenomenal darts from Anderson. 144 for Michael Van Gerwen, but Gary Anderson here has got a chance to break and to get within 1.
Big moments here in the final. Double 4. That's a Robin Hood shot, we think. Oh, there we see it. What a time for that to happen.
Well, is that the big moment? Is that the big moment in this final? Michael Van Gerwen pinches the leg. Gary Anderson had a chance to go within 1 at 9-8. He'd have been throwing to level up, ifs and buts and coulds and shoulds, but it looked almost impossible. It turned out to be impossible, but a 177, he's still scrapping away.
Yeah, it looked all and sundry, like he was going to take the leg. First one was on the wire, second one in the top of it, blocked the bed. He's still playing pretty well.
100.
So he will feel he's still got a chance. He's just got to keep going.
Van Gerwen 1 away.
100.
Anderson, well, it really was a big moment in this final. 3 darts at double 4 for 9-8.
140.
Can he do to Van Gerwen what Van Gerwen did to him in the European Championship final?
Gary Uruguay 84.
Ooh, bit of a slip. Treble 13 for tops.
28.
Now then, this is very doable
121.
for the title. For the title.
Double 14, and Michael Van Gerwen makes it a memorable Masters hat-trick in Milton Keynes. Gary Anderson gave it absolutely everything, but the world champion is the Masters champion once again. An average of 109.5. What a final. Van Gerwen wins it 11-7.
What an absolutely fabulous final from both players. But who can deny Michael Van Gerwen? Absolutely fabulous performance. 1-2-1, epitomising his weekend. Michael Van Gerwen is the master of the Masters.
He was the man to beat in 2016. Quite clearly, Michael Van Gerwen is going to be the man to beat in 2017. 3 consecutive Masters titles for the world #1 and the world champion. Let's have the presentations then. Let's hand to our MC on the stage, John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time for our presentation. Would you please welcome the Chief Executive of the Professional Darts Corporation, Matthew Porter, and the Unibet UK Country Manager, Mr. Philip Manzi. So, ladies and gentlemen, the runner-up receiving his trophy and £25,000, and that goes to the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for, our winner, receiving £60,000, the magnificent trophy, and a hat-trick of Unibet Masters titles. Ladies and gentlemen, we crown the Unibet Masters champion for the third time, mighty Michael
Michael, congratulations. Once again, you've managed to rise to the big occasion, an average of 109 in the final against, the world number 2.
I also think I had to perform this well. Every time I thought I had him, he come back very strongly, or he had a fantastic finish. And I know Gary, he never gives up, and you always need to fight till the end. And on the end, it was a little bit crucial. Then I missed 3 dots on a double, then he missed 3 dots, but I'm very happy that I can hold the trophy again, and it's been an absolutely phenomenal weekend again for me, and I think everyone played well. I think Gary had a fantastic performance as well, and I think that's what everyone is waiting for.
A third consecutive Masters title. You got more trophies at home than you can count, but every single one of them means something, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. After the World Championship, I had a really busy period, and also, of course, before the World Championship, and I didn't have much time to absolutely focus myself for this tournament and concentrate myself, and because I come back from holiday, I had to go on holiday somewhere, and then straight to focus on this tournament, and then I'm also glad I did it straight away again, because all the pressure is still on me, and I want to prove that I still can do it tournament after tournament, and that's not always that easy, but I'm really glad I did it again.
Gary, let me just bring you in here. Commiserations, but you really did push him. You made him play some phenomenal stuff.
I was looking at 9-9. I went, that's what we've got, but I made a mess and he banged it out. So, no, I mean, like I said, about 4 weeks ago, the boy's been brilliant. It's going to come to an end one day. It's going to come to an end. He's sweating, look. But, no, I mean, I look across here. The wee man's across here, puts a smile on my face. I'm still playing darts, banging heads with the best in the world, so yeah, overall I'm happy.
Michael, just a final word. Do you believe that there's anybody out there who on a consistent basis can match your level when you're playing somewhere near your best?
Yeah, the man is standing next to me. The man is standing next to me, and we all know that. Simple as that. He's a fantastic player. He showed it in the last few years, and no one needs to say anything because everyone knows that. But it's been a fantastic tournament again, and we all know these days we have to throw 105, 110 averages every game, otherwise you're not even winning the game. And but don't worry, we play next week again.
Well, it is quite possible that you guys...
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, certainly will be playing in the Premier League.
Looking forward.
Do you anticipate you two will be duking it out in finals of big TV tournaments over the course of this year?
Oh, I hope so. We said in the practice room we meet again a long time ago, and of course you always want to play against the other best player in the world, and I think that's Gary. Me and Gary, we always have fantastic games, a lot of 180s. We never give up, and I think that's advertising for darts, simple as that.
Well, a superb final between the world number 1 and the world number 2. Commiserations, Gary, but Milton Keynes, your Masters champion once again, Michael van Gerwen.
Congratulations, Michael van Gerwen. Milton Keynes is green once again. He just loves it here. 12 matches he's played and 12 matches he's won. He is a green machine and he's a fabulous darts player. But I mean, the consistency, he touched upon it there. That is the key, isn't it? The difference between him and other players when it really matters. He can do this on a consistent basis.
Yeah, he strives to be the best and he continually produces darts at that level all the time. It's very rarely you see him average under 100. I know we've had one or two recently, but when he gets to a final and he can see the silverware, he just goes like a train, and he plays like that on a regular basis.
But it's not as if his opponent, Gary Anderson, had any self-doubt tonight. It didn't appear that way at all. It was simply just a case of Michael takes his chances when it matters, and opponents tend not to, and that's the difference.
Well, I know he just tried too hard in the opening session, the opening 5 legs. Went 4-1 behind, and then you actually did fear that he was going to get steamrollered. But then, you know, Gary showed the different side of his game he's had the last 2 or 3 years, where he can battle, he can really push his game to another level. But with Michael at the minute, winning's a habit, and, you know, and that habit he has, it's unbreakable at the moment. It's infectious. And someone's going to have to come up again. We see another 109 average. You know, someone's going to have to come up with that and some more. It's no good, you know, matching him for the averages because he's such a clean finisher. You know, his tournament average, well, his final average was 58%. So it's not like he scores one and gives you chances. He doesn't tend to give you. He gives you crumbs. And at the end, I felt for Gary because he actually Robin Hood the second dart, which completely blocked out his line on the third dart. And as you've seen, it clipped the previous dart on its way in and pulled down into a 13, and that was it. He was home and hosed then. It was just a case of falling over the line.
Alan, I was going to ask you about what other players will be thinking watching this, but there's no way any other players are still watching this tonight, is there? They've had enough of seeing this and they want to switch off from what this player keeps doing. Is it fair to say that a lot of them would have been hoping that Gary could beat him tonight?
Well back into the game and had a good chance at that moment in time. The 3 darts at double 4, you expected him to hit it.
He could have, and that could have been 9-8, and it was his throw 9-9.
It could have changed the game.
Then you're a best of 3 in a pressure cooker situation, and anything can happen at that moment. But overall, the tournament's been a fabulous advert for the game. I mean, the averages have been incredible. The stats, the 180s. You know, I can't honestly remember us doing a better tournament than this one. It's just been brilliant from start to finish.
Well, when these two are at it, it's toe-to-toe. It's the best thing you can see in darts. It really is. These two are the best players in the world. They could be for quite some time, and when they're toe-to-toe, brilliant.
It's Gary Anderson's son, Ty, seems to be forgiving Michael van Gerwen. Well, his favourite player, isn't it?
Yeah, Michael's his favourite player, incredibly.
He's going to let him touch the shield as well, which is very good of him. He'd quite like his dad to have it. Oh, that's his dad's shield, there we go. But in terms of Michael van Gerwen's commitments, now that he's world champion, Gary's talked about how that can weigh quite heavily on his shoulders. I saw Michael when he was checking into the hotel quite late on Friday night before his first match, and he said he was tired, and of course he's been on holiday, but he said he's been doing so many TV appearances, he said too many. Do you think that this can, over the course of the year ahead, start to take his toll? Or do you think that he still can do all those things, be a bit tired, and still be better than everybody else?
Yes. He's playing so well, his confidence is so high, and he won't care one, but he will love every single minute of being world champion. He'll love every single minute of winning a tournament, and he'll love every single minute of beating all the other players.
The difference is he's 27, Gary's 46. You know, he's 27. He's absolutely living the dream. This is what all he ever wanted to do since he was a kid. So for him, you know, when you're 46, it is tiring, and that, like you say, that commitment and the constant pressure to come out and perform, and other commitments outside of tournaments. But at this age, he can handle doing it.
He is only 27, but he's going to become a dad in August, right? Now, we know that in darts, the nappy factor can have a positive effect, the likes of Mark Webster, the likes of Gary Anderson himself, but it can also have an effect of sleepless nights and extra
responsibility. If Michael wants to wear a nappy, that's entirely up to him. But, well, it has been mentioned, but I'm sure that point will come. But everybody knows that surround him, his family and his team knows that that's his job. This is what he does, and this is what it has to continue to do. But I take your point.